Hello and welcome. Today I am going to play Three Battles of El-Alamein in 1942. One of the newest game in the great battles 1939-1945 by TIS, and this is their third game about African campaign after Desert Rats and Kasserine. This game covers all the three stages of the El-Alamein battle. First part, when Germans and Italians reached the outskirts of El-Alamein, and Rommel was pretty certain that he is going to make his way through the Allied lines without much problems. When he found that he can't, then there was a 1 month break, and then Rommel launched his second attack, trying to get around the British Allied forces, but he failed. And there was third stage of the battle, which was the Battle of El-Alamein itself, the biggest and longest of all of them. In this scenario, in this video, I'm going to play a Ruweisat scenario, which is the first scenario of this game. It is pretty quick and easy scenario with a limited number of units. As you can see, there's not much of them, and it takes 5 turns only, so it is pretty short. It is important to remember that when you set up, you have to check for the proper German units, because there are two types of each of German unit that differs from the others with strength. For example, in this scenario, you can see that German units are starting with 4, 3 and 5, but same division fights in the El-Alamein battle with reduced strength, so you have to use proper counters for each scenario. As for the victory conditions, these are pretty simple because there are victory points all over the board, so I think that for Germans it makes more sense to just use their best German divisions and to attack swiftly through the British positions, or rather Allied. This is South African division, these are Australian brigade, so they can be called British after all, and to make their way through these positions to capture all these victory points. Most of the rules are the same like in the other games of this system, but there are some differences. First of all, British player has 3 points of tactical air force, but he can use it only to perform a direct attack against enemy units. He cannot use it to support combat of his own units in defense or attack. There are some types of fortifications here. First, these are fixed fortifications that are printed on the board, and they work normally just like the rule says. These fortifications provide +2, and they divide enemy strength by half. There are yellow fortifications that are normal fortifications built by infantry, and they provide -1 modifier for the defender. There are red fortifications that are better fortifications, they provide -2 fortification. And finally there are brown ones, these are pretty rare in this scenario, and they halve enemy strength and provide -2. The major difference between these fortifications and these fortifications is that they are all on the board for all the game. But these fortifications are lost if Allied unit moves out of them and no other friendly unit takes this hex, or enemy unit enters this hex. Then they are also removed. As for the other major difference, artillery range. In this scenario we don't have much of artillery, only 1 British artillery unit, but normally artillery has 3 hexes range in this game, but in this system, but in this game artillery has 5 hexes range. There are different ranges from different types of artillery, for example, but in this game all the artillery units have 5 hexes range. Also, there are differences when it comes to the supply. Allies have 8 movement points, Germans 6 and Italians 4. So this means that they can trace supply if they are not on the road on the 8, 6 or 4 movement points. if any of the clear terrain of desert hex takes 2 movement points for the motorized units, and you always count supply with motorized units movement, you have to be out on the road, and as long as you are 1, 2, 3, 4 and you are a British unit, you still have a supply. But if you are an Italian unit, you will have a supply only on this hex, and if you are a German unit, you will have a supply on this hex 1, 2, 4, 6. So that's something you would need to take care when you are playing Axis. So that's all for the beginning. This scenario takes 5 turns only, so I think this should be pretty quick scenario and perfect for some kind of introduction to this game and this system. Also, this is the first game of the Great Battles 1939-1945 that comes with mounted map. It was published separately. You can get it from the publisher. Game comes with a normal softboard as well. Okay, let's start the game. We are starting with Germans. So what I'm going to do? First of all, I would like to make my way through this area, so I have to beat these 3 Allied brigades. So I have to attack them, and this German 90 division will move here. This should be fine. And now this armored division, and now tanks can move quite easily on the desert. They spend 1 movement point, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But motorized units have a problem because they spend 2 movement points, so 1, 2, 3. So that's how this division moves. And now this division, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, sorry, this is a hill, and as for hills, nope, sorry, hills costs 3 movement points to enter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, they can do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now this motorized regiment, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's how they are going to move. Now this headquarter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It will move like that. Okay, that's the Germans. And now I have 3 recon regiments. Sorry, battalion. Yes, regiments. They aren't very strong, but they are fast. So let me check. How many movement points do I have to move through the secondary road? 1, 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 7. That's how they are going to move. And now these Italians here. They are motorized division, so 1, 2. They will stay here to protect this area. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and this headquarter moves here, and this headquarter moves there. I will try to attack with Italians at El-Alamein area, while Germans will concentrate to attack here. So that's for the first movement for Germans and Italians, and I have 1 attack to go. I'm attacking here. I have 12 against 5. 12 against 5 is 2 to 1. Now 3 to 1 because they are in the range of their headquarter, and 4 to 1 because there are 3 units of the same German division. So this is 3 to 1. But first of all, Allies are using their artillery support, so they have 7. So this is not the same, because we have 7 against 12, so it's 2 to 1, 3 to 1, 4 to 1, and now 3 to 1 because of the Allied headquarter, 2 to 1, 1 to 1 because of this red fortification. So the final odds are 1 to 1. Let's roll a die to see the result. Oh, but it is 11. 11 in the 1 to 1 is A1 minus 1. So attacker has to retreat 1 hex and to suffer 1 step loss. Okay, Germans have no issues with supply, and Italians have also, because they are all on the road. Well, this unit is not on the road, but it is 1 hex from the road, so still it is fine. And now, sorry, wait a moment, here. I think that these units might actually be in trouble. Well, not, sorry. We have a supply coming from here, from this road, and now here, this hex provides no supply because it is in the enemy zone of control. So this unit is the last hex where they can get supply normally. So 2. All the friendly units are also making a supply line 1 hex longer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, and 4. So okay, they also have a supply. So all the German and Italian units are in supply. Okay, so now let's go to allies. What do I want to do with my allies? First of all, I have this tactical Air Force counter, and I will perform an attack against these German tanks. So I have to make a roll and check in the air tactical attacks with the line of 3, 5. It is 5. So this is a miss. Okay, nothing happened. And now as for Allied movement, I think I will move this headquarter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, these units should be fine. This I think I can also move this brigade from this hex. There is no danger of German attack here, so I will need it here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I will move this tank brigade. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. This tank brigade moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, and this brigade 1, 2, 3. So I have no one to take this hex, so this fortification is no more. And I think I might as well move this brigade. 1, 2, 3, 4. There is a little chance that I will need it on this hex. So that's for Allied movement. Yeah, now the supply. All Allied units are on the road, or next 1 hex from the roads, and all these roads have a connection with the eastern side of the board. So no supply issues for Allies. This concludes turn 1. We are starting with turn 2, and time for Germans to launch their attacks. So, this hex is probably out of my range now with these 2 South African brigades here, but I will focus on this hex, trying to take care of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will attack with these units, and I would like also to attack this hex, but if my tanks will reach this hex. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, they can make it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So no, they cannot, but maybe one of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 5, 6. Okay, That's all, while this battalion will support this attack. Okay, this is good. These Italians here are fortifying themselves. They are just going to protect this wing. And now, 1, 2, 3. One, 1, 2, 3. All these Italian units will try to attack here with the support of their headquarters. And as for this lone division, there is no use for it to attack this allied position, I believe, because this is too strong to fight now. So I will fortify them for now. I might need them if I will succeed with a breakthrough here. And now these Italian motorized units. Sorry, this is tank regiment and motorized regiment. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's their movement. And now let's go to Axis attacks. So I'm attacking here with 2, 7, 11 and 14. So this is 14 against 4. So it is 3 to 1. 4 to 1 because of the headquarters, 5 to 1 because of the 3 units of the same division. So it's 5 to 1. And now 4 to 1 because of the Allied headquarters, 3 to 1, 2 to 1 because of the red fortification, and it was 2 to 1, and now we are on the hills. And it is 1 to 1 because of the hills. So the final odds are 1 to 1, and this is 3. Very good. It is dot and B2. So the defender has to retreat 2 hexes, 1, 2, and make a disorganization check. 6, they are fine. And now, because there was a dot, then attacker also have to undergo a disorganization check. So for this stack, they are fine, and now for this recon unit, they are fine. Okay, so this fortification is gone. Germans are taking this victory point, and now they can pursue it. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's how they make their pursuit. Okay, next combat here. 2, 4, 8, 11. 11 against 5, it is 2 to 1. It is 2 to 1. 3 to 1 because 2 to 1, 3 to 1 because of the commander. And now for allies. 2 to 1 because of the commander. 1 to 1 and 1 to 2 because of the red fortification. So it is 1 to 2. And great! 2. It is -1 B1D. So attacker suffers 1 step loss. So one of these reconnaissance units have to lose 1 step. And defender suffers 1 step loss. Sorry, no. Defender has to retreat 1 hex and is disorganized instantly because there was D next to the result. So defender is disorganized instantly. This victory point is taken by Germans. So we are starting very well, capturing 2 victory points in very short time. This opens a nice chance for Germans to win this game. We'll see. Now here Italians. They are attacking through the fortification, so all their strength is halved. So it is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is 8 against 7, so it is 1 to 1. It is 2 to 1 because of the headquarter, 1 to 1 because of the headquarter, 1 to 2, 1 to 3 because of the fortification. So it is 1 to 3, and the result is 8. It is A1 -1. So all the attacking units have to retreat 1 hex, and one of them suffers 1 step loss. So Italians failed to capture this position, but now we have to check for allies. Okay, first of all, their air force. I will try to attack here in hope to stop these Germans. It is 11. 11 in the tree means -1. So this German stack suffers 1 step loss. And now we have to move. They spent 1 movement point to leave enemy zone of control. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And now I have an open way here, so I have to move something there very quickly. 1, 2. Same goes here. I will fortify these tanks and this infantry. This brigade moves 1, 2, 3. Now, this is a very good position because it is well fortified, but I might need this infantry here. Or maybe not. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this should do the trick. I hope so. And now these units. I'm thinking of removing some of them here because these Germans might actually move here and cut me out of my line. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So these positions are done. This brigade 1, 2, 3, 4. This unit will stay here for a while, or maybe not. No, I don't think I will need it here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I will move onto this hex, so it's 6. Okay, so that's all for allies. I think that's all for allies. So this concludes turn 2. As for supply, well, I don't think they have a problem because there is a road down here, so they still have a supply for all these units. Alright, so time for Axis to make their actions in the turn 3. Axis are doing good because they managed to make their way deeper into the Allied positions, so I will continue my advance. 1, 2, 3, 4. This reconnaissance regiment will stay here to protect my line, and now I will try to attack here. Or maybe I should try to make my way deeper. I think I will try to make my way deeper. So this reconnaissance unit will stay here to defend this victory hex. This one will move here, and this motorized regiment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 will go here. German headquarters will stay here. Oh, sorry. So that's for Germans. And now my Italians. I will try to make another attack on this position. You may say it is pointless, you may say it is suicidal attacks, but it actually makes some sense. Why? Because allies have to use their artillery to defend these positions, and they cannot use this artillery somewhere here. So these Italians are doing their job, actually. Okay, now them. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are going to stay here to make these allies worry about them. And this German and Italian group, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So I will try another attack on this position. Okay, that's all for Axis movements. Let's go into their attacks. I will start here. 5, 9, 12 against 4 and 4. So it is 12 against 8, so it is 1-1. I have 2-1 because of the entire division, and 3-1 because of the headquarters. Now it is 2-1 because of the commander. 1-1 because of the star in defense, 1-2 because of the fortification, and 1-3 because of the hills. So this is definitely much harder for Germans, but it is 4. So it is dot and -1. So defender suffers 1 step loss, and anytime you use a unit with a star, it has to suffer the first loss. And now Germans have to make disorganization check. They are fine. Okay, next attack goes here. I had 5, 4, and so it's 9 and 3, so it's 12. 12 against 9. So it is 1-1, and they are not fortified. So it is 1-1, 2-1 because of the hit quarter, 3-1 because of the entire division, 4-1 because of the 1 star, and 5-1 because of the second star. So it's 5-1, and now 4-1 because of the star, 3-1 because of the hit quarter. So the final odds are 3-1 and 3. It is B3 -1. So defender has to retreat 3 hexes, 1, 2, 3, and suffer 1 step loss. And attacker has to perform first they have to perform two disorganization checks because they retreated they retreated 3 hexes. So first and the second, they are fine, and now they have to undergo a morale check. They are fine, and now they can pursue it. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So next attack goes here. We have 10 and 4, so it's 14 against 5. So it is 3-1, 4-1 because of the commander, 5-1 because of the division, 4-1 because of the allied commander, 3-1, 2-1 because of the red fortification. Wow! Germans are extremely lucky with the roll. This is 2-1, so it is B2 -1. So defender has to retreat 2 hexes, 1, 2, and suffer 1 step loss, and have to undergo a morale check. 11. They are disorganized. Oh my god. It looks like Germans are going straight to the victory. This is just a tilt turn, and there are a couple of allied units disorganized or weakened. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Great. And now here. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12. So it's 12 against 7, so it is 2-1, 3-1 because of the hit quarter, 2-1 because of the hit quarter, 1-1, 1-2 because of the field fortification, so it is 1-2, sorry, because of the regular fortification, so it, and this is, I don't know how many trees I already rolled in the row, but definitely they are too lucky. It is dot and minus and B1. But because these are normal fortifications, then defender might ignore B1 result. So this is great for allies because they can still stay in their place and hold this position, while Italian units have to undergo a morale check. So let's make it 6, 7, and 12. So this stack is disorganized. Okay, Axis are extremely lucky in this game. So let's go to the allied phase. First of all, I use my tanks, my air force to attack this German stack. 7, it is a miss. Nothing happened. And now allies have to move. So they will go here. They are not moving, so they can reorganize themselves. They cannot reorganize themselves because they are in the enemy zone of control. So they have to move here instead of reorganizing themselves. They stay where they are, and now here. They are still defending, so it is good. And now them. They are moving onto this hex. And now here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are moving here. Oh, I forgot to check for the German supply, but I think that all the Axis units are in supply actually, since they control this road till this hex. This hex is in the enemy zone of control, so it is 1, 2, 3, 4. So this unit has a supply. Same goes to all of the other German and Italian units. They are all in supply. And do Allies want to attack anywhere? I don't think so. I don't think so, because they are just defending, and they already have a problem with this German division driving through their lines. So that's all. We are finishing turn 3 and we are starting turn 4. Okay, Rommel rides for his victory. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. These 2 victory points are captured by German reconnaissance unit. This unit moves 1, 2, 3, 4. They are moving like that. This Italian division moves 1, 2, like that. This German division goes here. And now this position seems to be impossible for me to break through now, because it is well defended, but I will still try to make my way through. As for Rommel and his guys, this reconnaissance unit will take this hex. This reconnaissance unit will fortify itself on this victory point, and Rommel, he will move like that. So he will be all these German units and this German division, they will all be in his range. And our brave Italians, who are bleeding at the outskirts of El-Alamein, well, I think they have to withdraw now. They did their job. They suffered some losses, but I think they did their job nicely. Now these Italians, and they will try to attack here to capture this victory hex. Okay, so that's all for the Axis movement. Let's go to the Axis combat. First of all here, 5, 9, 12, 12 against 7, so this is 2 to 1, 3 to 1 because of the division, 4 to 1 because of the headquarter, 5 to 1, 6 to 1 because of the stars. So it's 5 to 1, and sorry, 6 to 1, 5 to 1 because of the Allied star, 4 to 1 because of the Allied headquarter here, so it is 4 to 1, and 4 to 1 and 4. Germans are amazing when it comes to the dice rolling. This is B3. So Allies have to 1, 2, 3, moves like that, and make 2 disorganization checks, first and second. They made it, so Germans might pursue it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So that's their pursuit. And now second attack, 5, 9, 12 against 2, 6. So it is 2 to 1, 3 to 1 because of the headquarter, 4 to 1 because of the division, 3 to 1 because of the commander, 2 to 1 because of the star, 1 to 1 because of the fortification, and 1 to 2 because of the hills. So it is 1 to 2 and 4. 1 to 2 and the 4, it is B1 and the dot. So Allies have to retreat 1 hex. So yet another victory point is captured by Germans. And sorry, first of all, Germans have to undergo a morale check first. 4, they are fine, so they can capture this victory hex. I have to say that Germans are extremely lucky when it comes to dice rolling in this game. I don't remember seeing them being that lucky in this scenario. And now Italians here, they have 8 against 4, so it is 2 to 1, but these are hills, so it's 1 to 1. 1 to 1 and 3, B2 and the dot. So Allies have to retreat 1, 2, Italians are capturing, Italians have to make, first of all, this Australian unit has to undergo a morale check. It made it, so now Italians, they made it, so they can capture this victory hex. Okay, I think that the Axis are going to win this game, because you can see they are making the way through the Allied position like thunder. Well, Rommel is worth of his legend, definitely, because of his extreme luck with dice rolling. Okay, so now it is Allies, and I will use this AO unit to make my attack against this German group. Oh, I forgot to make attack here. I forgot to make attack here, so it's 1, 3 and 5. 5 against 2 and 4. It is 1 to 2. Sorry. 1, 3 and 5 against 2 and 4. So it's 5 to 4, so it's 1 to 1. 2 to 1 because of the division. 3 to 1 because of the hit quarter. 2 to 1 because of the hit quarter. 1 to 1, 1 to 2, and 1 to 3 because of the fortification. It's 1 to 3 and it's 6. It is A1 and the dot. So attacker has to retreat 1 hex and make a disorganization check. They made it. Okay, so now we are returning to Allies. First of all, I am making my attack with Air Force here. 11. 11 in the tree, it is -1. So Germans are suffering 1 step loss. This is good. And now movement. This stack retreats here. This motorized brigade moves 1, 2, 3, 4. This regiment 1, 2, 3, 4. This regiment 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's for their movement. And now here, they have to attack or to retreat. They have 6, they have 7. I think I will try to attack, and I will try to attack here as well, because otherwise I might clearly lost this battle. So I think that's all for Allied movement. They cannot reorganize themselves because they were fighting. So no. But wait. They are not moving. So yes, they can reorganize themselves because they are not going to attack. They are not moving. And now let's go to the Allies' attacks. First of all, here I have 5. They have 1. So it is 5 to 1. 5 in the 5 to 1. It is B3. So 1, 2, 3. They have to undergo 2 morale checks. Sorry, they made it. So Allies are taking this victory hex back. And now here I have 7 against 6. So it is 1 to 1. Each side has 1 star. So it is 1 to 1. None of them is in their commander range. So since commander's range is 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So no range. And 10 in the 1 to 1, it is A1. So attacker has to retreat 1 hex. Alright, yeah, that's all when it comes to the Allied attacks. And now, oh sorry, I forgot about this unit. They have to retreat 1, they have to move 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are moving like that. Okay, so that's all for the Allies. As for their supply, I think they are fine. So we are moving into the last turn of the battle. Okay, this is the last turn, so Axis have to think what they are going to do. I think that capturing this hex again might be worthy because it is 2 points worth. But let me think. If this unit, it is very quick. But sadly these are hills, and moving through the hills cost me 3 movement points if I'm not moving down the road. So I can move here. This would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I might even try. It is 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, and 7. So I will capture this hex. As for this hex, do I have any units that I can use here? Well, I will send all this division here, hoping it will make it. These Italians will move here to protect their supply lines. This Italian regiment fortifies itself here. This reconnaissance regiment fortifies itself there. This one is already fortified. These Italians are reorganizing themselves. And now this group. They already captured a victory point, so I don't think I will actually need them to attack here, because there is a lot of allied units and I don't think I have a chance to break through their positions. So they will fortify here to secure this victory point, and they will fortify themselves as well to secure this victory point. Okay, so that's all for German actions. As for them, I don't think they can do much here, because there's a lot of fortifications here and making through there would be extremely hard. I think that the best they can do is to hold this position. And now I am attacking here. I have 10 against 5, so it is 2 to 1. Oh, I should move my commander closer. That's my mistake. Okay, sorry. But I started to check for combat, so I cannot move any of my units now. So it's 10 against 5, so it's 2 to 1, 3 to 1 because of the division, 4 to 1 and 5 to 1 because of the stars. And this should be fine because this is clear terrain, so it is 5 to 1 and I have 6. So this is B3. So 1, 2, 3 and 5 and 11. Wow, they are disorganized. And German division takes this hex. Okay, no other Axis attacks. No other Axis attacks. So I can go to the Allied stuff. I will make air attack on this hex. It is 6, so it is a miss. So, do I have any chance to take this hex back? There is the entire German armored division here, and I have only brigade and armored brigade, so it's 7. So it wouldn't be strong enough to push these Germans back. Maybe if I would send some units from here. 1, 2, oh wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. This should be fine. One, 2, 3, 4. They can make it. I have no units that I might reach this hex. Oh no, I have. Sorry. 1, 2, 3. So let them try. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay, so that's for allies. And now I can make my attacks. First of all, this artillery, it is going to fire at these Italians. It fires with 4, and it gets 4. Pretty good. It is a disorganization check for Italians. 8, and Italians, they need 9 or more to be disorganized, so they are fine. And now, allied attacks. Now, first here, 4 versus 1, so it's 4 to 1. And 3 to 1 because of the hills. So it's 3 to 1 and it is 7. Okay, this should be good for allies. It is B2. So 1, 2. Allies are regaining these 2 victory points. And now here we have 7 and 7. So it's 14 against 6 and 10. So it's 1 to 1. 2-1, 3-1 because of the stars, 2-1 and 1-1 because of the Allied and of the German stars, and 1-2 because there is entire German division here. So it's 1-2 and 3. It is B1 and the dot. So Germans have to leave this hex. Allies have to undergo morale checks. 8 and 9, they are fine. So they are regaining control over this hex. Okay, this was a lucky moment for Allies, otherwise they would lost for this battle for good, but they managed to regain control over these two victory hexes. Okay, that's all for Allies, and this concludes the last turn of the scenario. Like I said, this is very short scenario, so now we can count victory points. Okay, that was close. Allies control 6 victory points, while Germans control 4 victory points. So actually Germans were pretty close to victory, because if they would keep any of these two hexes, they would win. Allies won, but this was a very pyrrhic victory, because Germans made their way deeper into the Allied positions. Allies weren't able to hold their line, and the position around El-Alamein is in danger of being encircled and penetrated by Germans. So, Allied victory, but very close to the Axis victory as well. So you can see that this battle can go in different ways. I made a Polish video about this game before, and in that video, Allies were definitely victorious, and Germans weren't even able to break through these positions, but while in this scenario, Germans made it very soon. So, just like many other battles fought in the desert, this is a very dynamic battle without much of the linear combat, without a lot of lines to hold, but rather you have to maneuver with all your units, made a lot of movement, and there is a big chance for you to ambush enemy units. So that's all for today. I think I might play some other scenarios from this game as well someday, but for today that's all. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.